Hello everybody, welcome back. Today I will be talking about U.S. equipment during the Second World War, mainly weapons used during the war. To start off, I would like to introduce what General George S. Patton called the greatest battle implement ever devised. This would be the U.S. rifle caliber 30 M1. For YouTube, this is clear. This rifle was the backbone of the U.S. military during the Second World War, issued to the U.S. Army, maybe the Navy, the U.S. Marines. That's really it, and the Coast Guard. But this weapon fires the powerful 30-06, which, as you can see on my belt, I do have several. I do have one, just plain old bullet. Fires this massive cartridge compared to, say, 5.56, which is what the U.S. military uses now. Kind of ineffective compared to this massive hunting caliber of a round. It would be adopted in 1906 with the M1903 Springfield, along with others to come. I say that, but there's only two. There was the M1903 and the M1 Garand. But this rifle was effective with its chambering to about 1,000 yards, like 3,000 feet. It's a very accurate, very deadly weapon, which several sniper rifles were included, or they were made. I'm acknowledging my mistakes. But this weapon fired in M-block clips, not magazines, clips. I'm not going to show it because YouTube's going to get mad at me. I'm just going to put that back. But this rifle was very powerful and ahead of its time, since it was semi-automatic compared to others, countries who had bolt actions at the time. This was the first standard issue weapon of any military in the entire world. I say that, but it was our main issued rifle. Some people might say the German Gewehr 43, 41, and the Soviet SVT 38 and 40. That was mainly issued during the winter wars with Finland, but they found it was too complicated with soldiers, so they just went back to the Mosin Nagant. But to the German army, it was a lot more expensive, I would think, than just a Kar 98K. So we had the only main issue service rifle, except for the Marines, who started the war with the M1903 Springfield, because they found it more reliable than this. So they wanted it to be improved upon before they adopted it in 1943. Moving on to a favorited weapon of the U.S. Marine Corps. The U.S. rifle, the U.S. carbine caliber 30 M1. This fired in 15-round magazines. In YouTube, it's clear. This rifle was more popular with Marines because it was lighter and it was a lot less heavier than the Garand. This is about 4 pounds unloaded, if that, compared to this, which is 10 pounds unloaded. To say this is a lot more effective during island hopping, which is what they did in the Pacific. They hopped from Guadalcanal, Guam. Probably started off where they actually were issued. So like Peleliu, the Philippine Islands, places like that. It fires the rather small 30 carbine compared to the more powerful 30-06. You can see the drastic difference in that bullet. Some Marines thought it was a lot more ineffective compared to the 30-06 caliber, but to be fair, it's a pretty good weapon. And just a good all-around weapon. Lastly, I have a rather favorited back-to-back World War II winning pistol, the M1911. Safety's on. Clear. This weapon fired the rather powerful 45 ACP. Now, compared to 30 carbine, it's not bigger, it's fatter. It's fatter compared to it, but they really like these a whole lot better. As to quote from the Pacific, one round from that 45 will take down a Jap better than the clip in that carbine. This model was made by the Thompson Company, which is a little bit weird because most 1911s during the war were made by Colt, or Remington Rand, Remington, a railroad sign company. I don't remember what they were called, but these are pretty good guns. Tell me down in the comments which is your favorite World War II firearm. To be fair, this is not all World War II firearms. This is just what I have, which is being completely legal in the sense. But I will see you guys next time. Peace.